The Magnificent Seven is the newest kid on the block in terms of financial terms that got popularized for no reason, because we should absolutely stop reading most financial content because it's all out there just to sound nice, sound cool. Before it was FANG, now it's Magnificent Seven. Who really cares what the name is? And I'll tell you why it does not matter, even though the stocks in these two terms are completely dominating everything. Because what were they talking about 5-10 years ago? FANG, right? What happened to FANG? They just added on a couple more stocks to it with the Mag 7.
Wow, you added Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla? I've never heard of those stocks before. That big brain of yours is so smart.
All right, if I was like born a little bit different, maybe I could charge $50 for that clip. But unfortunately, I'm posting it for free on YouTube right here. So what does that mean? That means that had you followed FANG, you would have missed out on the 2 new members of the little club. Oftentimes, people only change acronyms or marketing gimmicks because something new happened. And just because something did well in the past doesn't mean it'll do well in the future. And that's kind of how they come up with these things. There are a ton of big tech companies out there. They just chose the biggest ones. That's how you make those terms. It's not any sort of rocket science. You don't need to be some sort of investment guru or financial genius to figure out which stocks would be added to these sort of terms, because you literally just look at the biggest ones and then you add them. That's really all there is to it. I don't know why everyone's freaking out about like, oh, should I buy them now? Is it the top? Oh my God, these stupid idiots bought at the top. Did you know that just a few stocks make up of most of the gains of the S&P 500? Yeah, we already know that. Like, it's not anything new. People have been saying this for like years and years and years, all the way since like the beginning of investing pretty much, because guess what? When a hot new product drops and it takes over the entire world, yeah, it better be the company that contributes like to the most of the gains of just a general index that compiles, guess what? The biggest companies in the US. So it's absolutely stupid just to even like talk about these terms, waste our time on them. And I've wasted enough time already just by making this video, but I've been seeing so many tweets, so many Reddit posts, so many YouTube videos, all relating to the Magnificent Seven, and it just doesn't matter. Guess what? In like 3 or 5 years from now, even maybe next year, there's going to be a new term that includes maybe 6 stocks, 10 stocks, 3 stocks, whatever it is, but they're just going to choose whatever rose up in the past year. That's really all they do, and it just doesn't help you at all whenever you're trying to like grow your portfolio, which is what we're trying to do, I think. At least I am. I don't know about you all. Maybe some people just want to watch finance YouTube videos and waste their time. But the reason why it doesn't help us is because it only benefits you knowing what stocks are in there had you invested in them before the terms became popularized, because that's where most of the gains happened. It's normally not extraordinary gains happening, then they make a term about it, then extraordinary gains continue happening. Normally it's just like regular stuff. It could go up, it could go down. But wait a minute, these stocks have dominated for so long, right? It's not just this year, 2023, that they've been doing well, right? Well, if we took the Magnificent Seven or whatever the biggest stocks were in the 50s, most of them wouldn't be that great today. So you can't just YOLO into these expecting it to like just continue into the future. Maybe for like 1 or 2 years tops, like, but you always need to reevaluate. Like, who cares about what the stocks are if you're not talking about the numbers on like what the business is actually worth? Or if you're not talking about qualitative metrics about the actual business, it doesn't really matter. It's all just like nonsense talk. What would qualify as like a valid qualitative point to make about a company? If we were looking at, I don't know, maybe the airline industry, and let's say that a travel ban has been lifted.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Well, we know that that's good for the company, but numerically, we can't actually figure out how many new flights are going to happen. We can make some sort of prediction, but it definitely won't be some sort of exact number that we're going to come up with. But nevertheless, the qualitative point of, hey, there are going to be more flights for this airline company, generally going to be a good sign, right? All in all, let's stop sensationalizing things. Let's stop talking about the hottest new terms, because finance is a really long game. It's going to be probably like our whole lifetime that we're going to be doing this stuff. So whatever's happening right now doesn't really mean that much in the grand scheme of things, especially if you're investing in like, I'm 30 right now. So hopefully until I'm like 90 or something like that, that's like 60 years from now. But even like a shorter time span, such as even like a 5 or 10 year horizon, doesn't really care about what's happening today. So look a little further into the future. Don't look 1 year into the past and see what did well. Now, I'm not saying to avoid the companies that were mentioned, because I personally have a bunch of them, but your reasoning for getting into them can't be because there's some part of this group that some news article wrote about. don't fall into the FOMO just because people are talking about it nonstop, because that's pretty much what's been happening in the past couple of days. That's it for me today. If you want to learn more about some sort of long-term investing approaches, check out the video over here.